just like an asteroid, Tap is coming in hot. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Trial and Error podcast, and this time around, we are bringing to you, by we I mean me, my boy, Nick Hayes. He is a hunter, not a gatherer. He hunts turkeys. He talks about it. We talk about it. He goes into details of how the streets got him in New Orleans. He got hustled. He got. He tells you about that, so you don't have to fall prey to the same tricks he did. He's a lover, a grower of beards, and a drinker of apparently now Crown Royal. Has forsaken Jack a little bit. Calls himself an American. We'll see if he keeps suckling upon the nectar, the Canadian nectar known as Crown Royal. But anyways, I digress, and we're going to get this episode started after this righteous 80s workout music. Enjoy the show. Mwah. How much of a cough?
Like a smoker's cough. I mean, it's
so close to it. You can hear everything. It's glorious. So you stepped out of your comfort zone. And Joker, I was very proud of you. You done good.
It was a good movie.
It was very good. It was twisted. I've been watching, Mindhunter on Netflix. And it's the FBI Behavioral Analysis Unit. And they're talking to all these, it's all dramatized, right?
Okay.
And they talk to these serial killers, and those actors do a great job of just putting you in the minds of these animals, like these absolute monstrous people. I hesitate to even call them people. And he killed it. Excuse the pun. Joaquin Phoenix killed the role. Literally, he made it his own, and that I couldn't ask for anything more than that.
Joaquin Phoenix is sick in that movie.
He's so good.
It's so good.
Were you like uncomfortable watching it a little bit? Like, this is making me a little uneasy just watching it. He did such a good job. I got
not at all.
My nipples were hard a little bit, as they all usually are.
I definitely saw his condition of he can't control his laughter.
That was cool.
But
that was a cool explanation for it. It's like a Tourette's.
Yeah.
He just laughs.
He just laughs for no reason. If it's, a horrible situation, if it's a funny situation, he just laughs. He can't.
He just gets it. And his laugh, for me, it kind of sounded like a cry. He was almost crying a little bit.
I definitely see that.
I was like, oh, Joaquin,
he's crying in pain and
so much pain.
He can't.
And he's so skinny. Not Heath Ledger, Christian Bale body morphed.
So I was on YouTube this morning. I was watching YouTube, and
not RedTube.
No,
that was afterwards. All right, first of all, introduce yourself. Sorry, we've been recording for at least 2 minutes.
Okay, well I kind of had a feeling.
Damn it!
So I click on there.
Damn, I try to be sneaky.
So I'm Nick Hayes.
Nick Hayes,
a good friend of Aaron's.
Yes,
we've known each other since freshman year of high school.
Yep. I dropped off the face of the earth. Jordan had a good zinger. I went golfing with him, Justin, and Greg. And I was telling him I got out of a relationship. It was like 6 years, and Jordan was like, "Damn, you were gone for 6 years." It was. I had to tip my cap. That was pretty good. But yeah, I was essentially disappeared. This is probably the most I've seen you guys in months, and I'm very years. Trying to not make it sound as bad.
Hiding underneath your rock.
Dude, I've been under a lot of rocks.
I feel like
it's
I've
safe
been
in there.
Hiding under a rock myself. It felt good to get out and
you
see
know
you
what?
guys.
Because it requires effort, and it's like, oh, I gotta go out. I'm happy being home and cuddling.
Yes.
It's like I don't give a fuck. Plus, I don't have to spend money.
Yes.
I can stay in, have a beer or something, have some, sloppy joes, something like that.
Yeah.
You like sloppy joes, don't you? You're an American.
Of course. What red-blooded American doesn't like sloppy joes?
I don't know. Some communist endearing types, I'd say. Would communism work in society? Clearly not. Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
What was that?
Chernobyl, the smash hit miniseries on HBO.
I don't have HBO.
Dude, find a way. It's amazing. It's like 5 episodes, and it dramatizes everything. The players, everything that took place, the people involved, how the accident happened. They explain it all the best they can. They explain the physics
So explain this show to me. What is it pretty much based off of?
The Chernobyl disaster in Russia, like back in the 80s. Have you heard about that?
No.
It was a big nuclear explosion. Big time.
Okay.
Big. Stormy Daniels big.
Wow.
Big. Okay. And Russia tried to cover it up. This was like Gorbachev was their leaders during the Cold War and all that. And it goes off, right? And they know it's radioactive, but it's like this main dude in charge just put together the recipe of just all the worst possible conditions, and it just overloaded. And they know there's radiation, but the firemen just think they're responding at like 2 a.m. They don't know what's going on. They know it's a nuclear reactor, but they don't know the danger that they are stepping into. And you see what happens, like the effects of radiation on the body. You see it is absolutely gnarly. And all the politics that go into it, how they try to cover it up, and then how potentially bad the nuclear core was melting down into the waterways, and if it got to the main like underwater river that fed fresh water to, I want to say, all the surrounding countries, millions of people, that water would have been rendered useless if that radioactivity got into the water. So it's fucking intense. The acting is incredible. It'll get you hard to learn. Plus, you remember it. If they could teach, I want to say, schools, like classes, in a dramatic way that's entertaining. It's entertaining. That's, I think, the secret sauce. So, like Bill Nye. I don't remember any science, but I just remember I love that goddamn show.
I think that's what kind of got me to like U.S. history in junior year, because Shuttleworth
was the man.
He made it entertaining.
Yes.
Each day that there was a new lesson, there was a new PowerPoint, plus the music too. The music that came along with it.
Did he have music? I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back into memories and relive it vividly, perfectly. But like, you have no control over what you do. But just to, see Shuttleworth.
I think during the lesson we were talking about like the assassination of Martin Luther King.
Yes.
Just the music that was on at that time. I remember he played like Marvin Gaye. What was that? What's Going On?
What's going on?
Yeah, because it was also talking about, I guess, the protests that were going on for like civil rights, and I guess around that time, the Vietnam War was starting too.
Oh, there's so much going on at that time. It's not just you hear about one thing and just think of how significant this is and what happened after that, and how that history's affected us. There's Vietnam, there's like the hippie movement, how music was changed. Music's huge. That kind of music
was definitely changing.
Music dictates the culture at the time.
Yeah.
Just think of the Beatles and all the naughty things they were up to.
Yeah.
All the drogas. All the drogas. Would you have gotten down in that time if you go back to the 60s? Would you have been putting acid up your nostrils and lighting candles?
I'd probably be toking it up.
Toking it up?
Yeah.
You want to go any deeper? No pills, no bills, no.
I don't know. I think
DMT.
I'd probably just be toking it up.
I feel like that's a safe bet.
Sticking some of that herbal, because back in the day, in the '60s, the marijuana was not that strong. It was very weak compared to today's. It was like 3% THC.
It's not going to the gym. It's not getting buff.
Today,
it's not packing a punch.
You're hitting 30s, maybe 40% THC because there's all these hybrid strains going on.
How we've evolved, the weed, just industry.
I mean, the business is booming right now.
Booming.
You got edibles.
Want to get in on
it?
You
got topical lotions. You got.
Thank God they're topical.
Yeah.
CBD oils. You got.
There's even going back to the edibles. There's not just cookies and brownies.
You can make a lot.
You got nachos, you got butter, you got popcorn.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
There was a man that worked in the same office that my mom works in. He had like hip pain or like a hip replacement, so he would use like a salad dressing that was infused with I think THC or something like that.
Really? How highbrow of him.
I think there was at one point he was supposed to give a tour to a group of people, and he's like, I can't do this tour.
No way.
I can't do this tour.
That'd be the funnest thing ever, to give a tour, say, like the Jelly Belly factory, and just be high out of your mind. maybe not the Jelly Belly factory. I don't know.
Have some free
Willy
samples.
Wonka's. Okay, Willy Wonka's. If I could be a tour guide at Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, damn.
I just watched that movie the other day.
The old one or the new one?
The original with
The
Gene
OG.
Wilder. That's a classic.
Nick,
Johnny
Depp.
Johnny Depp doesn't do it for me, man.
He's not twisting my nips
No.
the way I want them to be twisted.
Gene Wilder, he knows how to work it, my man.
The apex.
Yes.
The alpha male. Gene Wilder. Let's go, Gene Wilder.
You lose! Good day, sir!
Rest in peace.
It got to the
you
end.
lose. Good day, sir.
It got to that part at the ending where he was saying, wrong, sir, wrong. It's
So passionate.
all there,
It's all
black and white, clear as crystal. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed
Keep going.
and sterilized, so you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. And then my girlfriend was like, "Wow, I'm impressed."
You had that verbatim, sir. You said you were the man yesterday.
Yep.
I was like, oh, it's all talk.
I meant it in a joking way because I always do that with my girlfriend. And she's like, "Oh, you're so right." Like, I know because I'm the man. And she kind of gives me a "fuck you" kind of look.
You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
Man.
So getting back to the Joker, I was gonna say I was watching YouTube this morning, and I watched a couple of different clips from the Jimmy Fallon show. Joaquin Phoenix was on there doing an interview, and I guess he said for that role as the Joker, he had to lose 15 pounds. He lost 15 pounds, but it looks a lot worse.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
lost-
absolutely.
He's damn near anorexic. You can see
Yeah.
his spine, his rib cage.
It makes him more. It's a little more disturbing. Like his rib cage
It's
is
very
just
disturbing.
chilling. This just added to my uncomfortability.
You can see the man's sternum.
I saw his sternum. You saw it?
I saw it.
It's a pretty
Yeah.
good-looking sternum, I said. We're talking about Gene Wilder. He would have played a good Joker. Put him in a serious role when he just loses it. I mean, his face is a little wonky, but
I can't really see him in
I
a
would
serious role.
I would
He's
love
too
to see
much of comical to me.
Robin Williams, the perfect in-between,
Okay. Yeah.
I'd say. Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting.
Patch Adams is a good in-between.
I never saw that movie.
You know, it's
No.
he's the funny guy. He
I know
makes
he's-
people laugh. It gets rid of cancer. Big deal.
Yeah, he's
Fuck
like
it.
a hospital clown, tries to cure cancer for the children.
He's a funny guy.
He
He's
is a
gonna
funny
joke
guy.
the cancer away. No big deal. Placebo, bitch.
There was that movie he did. Photo Booth.
That one looked bizarre.
Yeah.
He's blonde.
He is blonde.
Oh, bad Robin Williams. You shaved your head and went blonde.
He's blonde. I think he wears like little tiny glasses.
Of course he has tiny glasses.
And
Is he a madman?
well, he works kind of like I want to say it's like a pharmacy type setting. I guess almost like a Rite Aid or something.
Yeah.
And there's a photo booth there where you go and get your pictures developed. Before the whole digital camera iPhone era.
It's funny seeing how dated shows and movies are.
Yes.
Based on their technology.
And yeah, he just plays like a total like creeper stalker type character.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I mean, he could do it. I could totally see him doing that.
he can do it.
A better genie there is not.
No,
A better genie there is not.
Will Ferrell or not Will Ferrell.
Will Smith?
Will Smith. I mean, I haven't seen the new Aladdin. A lot
Yeah.
of people say that it's good.
I don't think I'll give it the time of day.
Robin-
I love Will Smith.
Yeah.
I love Will Smith. He's going to do his best not to duplicate, but to just make it his own.
So since they're gonna,
It's just
they're in the making of
There's no way.
Bad Boys 3.
Bad Boys for Life. That's what it's called.
Okay. I gotta watch the first two. I haven't seen the first two Bad Boys.
First one, very young Tia Leone's in it. Yeah, but they're super young in the first one. I think it came out 96?
95.
95? I
Yeah.
think you're right.
It's on Netflix.
Damn it.
They're both on Netflix.
They are. The second one's good. The second one I like more than the first one.
Okay. I just caught the ending of the
I believe
second
you.
one.
It's 95 for sure. The ending of the second one?
Yeah.
Where the guy like falls back on the landmine and
Yeah. They're like, it's like they're on the beach and there's like the chain link fence between them and Guantanamo Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Guantanamo Bay. Would you work there?
I
Get
don't know.
real weird with it. This is free. I got some off the cuff questions.
hit me with it.
Off the cuff. And then later on in this whole hullabaloo, I have rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Rapid fire. And you gotta, I'm gonna put the machine gun sound effect in. It's gonna be a whole thing.
You lose! Good day, sir!
Bip, bip. First of all, is that Post Malone on your shirt?
No, this is
Hostess.
Hank Williams Jr.
Hank Williams. Is he the one that fell off the cliff?
Yes.
And broke every bone in his body?
Not every bone in his body. Back in the 80s. He was in Idaho on a sheep hunt.
A sheep hunt?
Yeah, like a bighorn sheep.
Oh, I got you.
So,
not like farmer sheep.
no,
Slaying them.
like bighorn sheep. So they're going up this mountain in Idaho, and they had to be at least pretty high up there in elevation, like
Higher than Snoop Dogg?
2,000 feet elevation, maybe higher than that.
That's pretty high.
Yeah,
Ugh.
and it's very steep hillside, so I guess there's loose rock and stuff. And I guess just stepped on this hillside, lost his footing, then tumbled down, busted his head open on a big boulder.
Who's the best in country?
Oh,
The
man.
best.
The best?
The best.
Well, let me just say this.
Say what?
The country music they played today on the radio,
Garbage. I don't
it's
listen to it.
trash. It's
Trash.
garbage. It's too poppy. What happened to the Outlaws?
Like the flower?
I like that old 1960s to 1970s country music.
Like good old shit.
That good stuff that
Where
our
like
parents
their
and
cigarette smoke
grandparents-
goes through the microphone, comes out of your speakers.
Yeah,
Raspy.
yeah.
Tough.
Just
Raw
I like
dogs.
that twang kind of sound going on.
Hell yeah. You a fan of Dolly Parton?
Huh?
Dolly Parton?
She got some good songs.
She's good. Have you heard Jolene?
Yeah.
That's a dope song. I
Who
heard
the
that
hell
for the first
hasn't
time.
heard
I
Jolene?
hadn't heard it until I'm gonna say a couple months ago. Somebody put it on. I was like, wow, that's a pretty good story. It's sad, but I like it. I like when songs tell a story.
That's what makes it a good song.
It's fuck yeah. What else did I like? 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. That's my jam. I used to put that on in the morning and I just get pumped up. I'm ready. I'm ready to roll. Fuck this 9 to 5. I'm gonna get it.
There's a movie she did in the 80s with Burt Reynolds.
Burt.
It's called The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. I haven't seen the whole movie, but I've heard of it.
Oh god, I've never heard of that before. what a creative name. The best little. Do you think Burt gave Dolly a poking?
I mean, who wouldn't?
It's Dolly Parton.
It's Burt Reynolds.
It's Burt Reynolds.
Back in the 80s.
You don't not bang Burt Reynolds. It doesn't matter if you're a female, you're an actress or an actor. You bang him.
I mean, Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey.
I'm pretty sure he gave Sally Fields a poking.
Sally Fields.
She was a good
She's
looker
an
back in
attractive woman. I'd
She
say.
still is.
Oh yeah, Sally Fields. Loved her. She's a tremendous. She's one of my favorite actresses. Tremendous actress. Before I start getting all excited, and slurring my words. So good. Compared to what you hear on the radio to like a live performance, there's a whole new respect you get for an artist once you see them perform, how they interact with the crowd, if they're engaging, and just what they bring. If they can sound good recorded, but if they don't have that it factor on stage, that falls short. I want to be entertained.
Yes.
It's not enough that you have a great voice. Now dance, monkey. I'm playing this.
I paid good money for this ticket.
Played good money for this shit. One time, I got mad respect for Keith Urban. I used to think he's this little pretty boy with the perfect hair, right? This Australian. And my ex and I, her folks got us like front tickets. This is in Wheatland.
Okay.
Great tickets. And we saw Little Big Town. They were really good. I thought, oh, they're pop. But when you see them live and they do more acoustic stuff, that gets me going. Mm-hmm. And so Keith Urban's going and then takes a little break. And then miraculously, it's about 10 minutes later, he pops up on this little stage where the bleachers meet the grass for the amphitheater. And he turns around and goes, "Who's got the good seats now?" And he starts playing for everybody in the back.
Oh.
I was like, fuck you. I love you. That was just brilliant. It's like, why not give everybody a show? And that just it spoke a lot to me. right? I'm like, this is a good guy, you know? Maybe don't gotta whack him. He comes back up front, of course. That's our spot.
Now dance, monkey.
Dance monkey. And he stayed for, I want to say, a solid half hour, 45 minutes signing stuff. He was on stage and he's like, I gotta go, I'm sorry. And they just keep on signing, loving every minute of it. He loves it. They love
So I hate to burst your bubble, but I'm not a big fan of Keith Urban.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
It happens.
Like I said, I like that old stuff.
I like a lot of the old stuff. I really hopped on the bandwagon, I'd say in the 2000s. Like mid to late 2000s, where there's more Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean, where the songs actually had some vestige of substance to it.
I'll give you that. I listened to them a lot back in that era because it was still
Billy
good.
Currington, like there's some stories. There's still purpose to it. Nowadays, it is it all sounds the same. We're going to a bar. We're gonna go to some backwood party. I'm gonna take you out to the middle of a cornfield or a creek and have my way with you because I'm this country boy. And they rap about it horribly. It makes me sick.
It's all about God and tractors and your mom and this and that. And that's why I cannot stand Georgia Florida line.
Oh my God. They had a few slappers in the
hipsters.
beginning. Hipsters. And the voice is so ridiculous. His voice is ridiculous. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to stand up and I'm going to let you check out my shirt that I'm wearing.
Please, let me see it. I see stars. What does it say? Bocephus?
Bocephus, that's his nickname.
Why? If you don't like Bocephus, you can kiss my... Oh, it's a donkey because we can't say ass in a family-friendly environment.
Exactly.
Very good.
Yes.
Bocephus.
Bocephus.
That sounds like a sexual maneuver. The Bocephus.
Might have to make that happen.
Sounds a little dangerous. You have to ask big man, you can't afford it. All right, I'm loading one up.
Alrighty.
In the revolver, because a revolver.
Hit me with it. Both barrels. Let's go.
Both barrels. Do you think you should receive royalties for your namesake every time Nickelodeon is used, or just Nick Jr. perhaps?
Nickelodeon and Nick Jr.
What about just Nick at Night perhaps?
Nick at Night.
You should get royalties. Do you feel like you are not being compensated?
I never really thought of that before.
Think about it before.
Maybe I should take a little trip to Orlando, Florida.
Florida. Yeah?
And,
Universal Studios, Florida.
And ask for my royalties. But then again...
Would you go about it angrily or amicably?
You kind of got to go in nice and easy.
Easy, but you let them know that you're a little upset. Like,
hey. Well, you go in nice and easy, try to reason with them.
Reason. If
they're not going to budge... Then you got to step it up a notch. Like, let them know you're serious.
How serious are you?
I'm damn serious.
Damn serious. Now, do you lawyer up beforehand and invest a lot of money that you potentially... Because lawyers are expensive. That might run you dry. And gamble that you're going to get some royalties, get some millions, and then pay off the lawyers afterwards. Get Greg to do it.
I was thinking about
Get Greg to do it. Pro bono.
Pro bono.
Fuck yeah, pro bono.
I mean, he is studying business law.
Business law. So... He gets your royalties. You go hunting for the rest of your life.
Give him a cut.
How much of a cut?
A pretty hefty cut.
Hefty?
I mean, his time, his labor.
Hefty guy gets a hefty cut.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah.
Keep your lawyers happy. Your mechanics, your barbers, your bartenders, your lawyers. Keep them all happy.
What about yourself?
Of course.
He comes last. No, it's good to let off steam. That's what I try to see it as. You just let off steam when you go to a little tangent, a little rant, a little hissy fit.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how many times I've just yelled in my car. Have you yelled in your car? It's just you, and you just gotta blow off some steam.
Kind of talk to myself.
It's good to talk to yourself.
Yeah.
It's like you have to have those conversations.
Kind of assess or play the situation back in my mind.
It is good.
And kind of just, talk to myself.
I feel like I'd scare people, or I feel like I do scare people if I'm like kayaking, and I'll just be like talking to myself. There's something on my mind. I'm just talking it through. Mm-hmm. If you're kayaking or hiking and you see somebody floating down the river talking to themselves, it's a little bizarre. A little.
I'd be a little clear of him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back upstream.
Keep my pepper spray locked and loaded. When's the last time you killed something, Nick? You been hunting this year? You get a buck?
Haven't deer hunted. Never deer hunted.
No.
No, I've always done the waterfowl and the upland game.
Are you ever gonna hunt some deer?
I would like to. I'm kind of looking into it.
Kind of looking into it.
Yeah.
It's like
Just like trying to find some spots,
Yeah.
you know, public areas, public land to go hunt on. A lot of.
stumble across some cartel weed plantations.
That's my biggest fear, dude.
Would you go in there with your? You know what? I'm hunting. Now I'm hunting. I came in hunting deer. I'm gonna leave hunting man. Kill those motherfuckers. You know, if you got the Hunters of America, get the NRA on it and just hunt down the cartel plantations.
Well, my biggest fear, because I tend
Martial
to
law.
I tend to hunt by myself.
Ooh.
It's pretty scary.
Are you naked or clothed?
No, I'm clothed,
Oh,
full camo.
that sucks.
But because you know a lot of my friends, they don't hunt. They're more of just the tactical.
I just eat, you know.
Yeah.
I don't hunt. I don't gather. I just reap the
I'm a
rewards.
weekend warrior, shooting range type person. You know, I'm just
all right.
I mean, teach their own.
It's gonna get to a point where you can do virtual hunting, and you'll feel it. It'll feel just the same,
Yeah.
except you won't get no meat afterwards.
But it kind of scares me. That's one of my biggest fears. Is being somewhere up in the mountains or the foothills, trying to hunt a deer or whatever, and I stumble upon the grow of the Mexican cartel, and
And they won't be afraid to shoot you. They won't be afraid to shoot your ass. There's what are they? Rattlesnakes. Say a copperhead. I didn't know copperheads don't have rattles. I was told that the other day. I just assumed rattlesnake.
No.
Copperhead, rattlesnake. I thought they were rattlesnake.
Copperheads don't have rattles. Cottonmouths, which are also known as water moccasins,
Those
They don't have-
scare the shit out of me.
those don't have rattles either.
Oh, they're just underwater. I've heard stories of people
They
like
swim
a
in water,
person
dude.
like noodling for catfish,
Mm-hmm.
pulls his hand out, and there's a water moccasin that has his fist in its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Wild. Like we think we're the top of the food chain. Walk out, walk into nature a little bit.
Yeah.
See if you feel like a big man or big woman
Or I mean,
or
being
anything in between.
in the foothills, out in Auburn or somewhere in.
It's the mountain lions.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear. Shoot, we got mountain lions here in
Yeah.
Vacaville.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're all over the place.
everywhere.
We're in their territory.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
but I mean, I would like to adventure into the big game category. Hunt some deer.
That'd be fun.
Some elk, some wild pigs.
I think if I was raised more attuned to it or was around it more, like that was the norm, I'd be more apt to try hunting. But I grew up watching Disney, and every animal, every little thing has feelings, and I just
I grew up watching Disney.
anthropomorphizing.
My favorite movies were, they kind of still are, Bambi and The Fox and the Hound.
Bambi. Oh, just like the outdoorsiness of it.
Yeah.
The hunting.
Dude, what fucking scared me as a kid.
What?
So during the summers, I used to stay at my grandma's house for a couple weeks.
Mm.
So I had to be at least 5 or 6. I was gonna go to bed. I'm watching a movie before I go to bed. I'm watching Alice in Wonderland.
Oh God,
By yourself in the dark. That shit is already trippy enough.
that is pretty freaky.
And then trying to watch it as a little kid in the dark
That's
before you go to bed.
That's bad. You have nightmares?
It was kind of scary.
Fuck yeah, it is. I remember watching those like older Disney movies at my grandma's house. We'd watch like The Rescuers, the first one. They're out on the bayou.
Yeah.
There's some old school, like great old Disney movies.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff of substance. Not these.
Robin Hood, the old one.
I never saw that one with the actual like the fox.
Yeah.
And all the animals. Didn't
man.
see it. There's some Disney movies I'm ashamed to admit that I haven't seen. There's a handful of movies in general, like say Citizen Kane, Reservoir Dogs. There's some pearls that dwell.
You haven't seen Reservoir Dogs?
No.
Okay, you gotta
I
watch
told you I'm
Reservoir Dogs.
ashamed.
You gotta
ashamed
watch
to admit
Reservoir
it,
Dogs.
but I will admit it.
For the longest time, I hadn't watched Reservoir Dogs, and then I think there was one day it's like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see what's about.
Well, was the hubbub accurate?
It was pretty good.
Really?
It was good.
Damn it.
I liked it. But
But
they don't show you what's in the dang briefcase.
I've heard it kind of correlates to
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, like
Yeah.
that's the briefcase.
Yeah.
Could it be Satan's soul? That's the running joke.
Could be a golden dildo. I don't know.
That's what you want it to be. Hopefully.
I mean, there's a golden
It's
light
like the
coming
greatest.
out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what else could it be?
What else?
This is clearly a golden dildo. dildo. Not a don't. What was I going to say? Samuel Jackson or Denzel Washington? Who do you prefer?
Samuel Jackson, motherfucker.
Oh, you said the F word. He says the F word.
He didn't say the F word. He says motherfucker. Tick tock, motherfucker. Well, your previous question before that.
What was that?
If I've killed anything, what was the last thing I hunted?
Oh, yeah.
The last thing I hunted was doves in September.
Did you get them?
I got a couple.
Did you send a message? Did you string up one by its head and
as Prince once said?
What did he say?
This is what it sounds like when doves cry.
Jeez.
I made some doves cry.
How many doves cried?
Well, between me and my brother, there's a total of 4.
What if they were fathers? What if they were sons, daughters? You took them away.
Nah.
You've ruined Thanksgiving. They've already done Secret Santa. You've ruined Christmas. You fucked the Dove family, dude. You fucked them.
I have no feelings.
Do you feel? Have you ever felt?
Felt for what?
Just emotion in general.
Of course.
Yeah?
Every human.
You're not a robot.
Most humans have emotion. Some people struggle to express it, but yeah.
We're funny creatures, aren't we? These humans that just walk around eating things, peeing on things,
Shitting in the streets.
putting needles in their arms,
Yeah.
smelling funny.
In designated places.
Oh, I mean, you need an audience, clearly.
But yeah.
Follow-up question.
Well, let me just say.
Oh,
this
please.
So, dove hunted in September.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, it was in the spring. So March, April, May.
Mm-hmm.
Spring turkey season.
The gobblers?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot on Pleasant Valley Road. There's a ton.
I have a coworker that lives out on Pleasant Valley Road.
You guys do drive-bys with your shotguns?
No.
Get them crossing the road?
So he kind of lives in between here and Vacaville on Pleasant Valley. So it's all private property. I pretty much ask him every year. It's like, hey, I'm going to come out, whatever. It's like, yeah, come on out. And so I set up a blind out there. I get out there with my decoys. I set it up. And then just sit in the blind and just kind of call to them, see what I can bring in.
You making some noises?
I'm making some noises.
What noises you make?
So,
Give me a demo.
Give me a demo?
Please.
Okay, so I can do this one. I can do a gobble. Just with my voice.
Gobble for me.
I can do a gobble. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Alright, here we go. Let me try that again.
Please, take it. No, I was still like oddly aroused. Is that a mating call? A response to ruffling or?
So the hens, they'll kind of do like their yelping, kind of cackling. They'll do that. And then the gobblers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Ooh. That's pretty good. And do they respond to you? Do you see them move forward or?
So, the calling that I'm doing, I'm mimicking a hen turkey. Mm-hmm. And during the spring, that's pretty much their mating season. Mm-hmm. So the calls that I'm doing, I'm trying to just respond to them, just let them know, hey, I'm over here, or I'm cool, I'm feeding,
I'm just chilling,
eating some bugs, whatever.
Is it just a noise to present like where you're at, like what? This is where I'm at. Don't worry, I'm not a predator or anything.
Yeah, just pretty much let them know where you're at.
You speak turkey?
Immature male. It's called the Jake. So that's like a 1-year-old turkey. It's called the Jake.
Is that like if you're insulting another hunter, like, yeah, you fucking Jake, if they're like new at it or something?
I mean, I guess you could. I never
insult?
have. But
hunting jokes.
Yeah. And then mature tom or mature turkey is called the tom.
What about the ladies?
They're just hens. There's no.
They don't deserve their special names.
No.
Undeserving.
But you can tell a difference between the Jakes and the Toms.
Mm-hmm.
The Jakes are 1-year-old birds, little stubby little beards up front, and when their tail fan is fully up, it's not completely rounded.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a top hat. So
Really?
the middle feathers are going to be taller than the rest of the fan. A mature tom, when he's in full strut and his fan is up, it's going to be like a complete arc.
Because he's a man.
Exactly.
A big man.
And he's going to have a longer beard.
Is that a scrotum that's on their neck?
No.
What is it?
It's just waddles.
Why?
Like no skin. And then
I love it.
The little thing that hangs in
Yeah, I
front of
love
there,
it.
It's called a snood.
A snood?
Yeah.
Yes!
So
Yes! Yes!
So depending on what their
A snood!
on what their mood is.
What?
So depending on what their mood is. So
The
say
snood indicates the mood?
say
Oh, Nick, you're saying all the right things right
so
now.
say you have a mature tom coming in. He's in full strut. He's his chest is puffed out.
Yeah.
His wing feathers are on the ground. The tail fans up.
Feeling himself.
Yeah. His head kind of tucks into his body. And that snood is gonna kind of stretch out and just hang over.
He's hanging low.
Yeah. So he's just, strutting stuff like,
I
hey,
like it big.
check me out.
If
Look
it's
at me.
long, so if it's shriveled up, they're a little upset.
Something's up. They're not relaxed. So it's something, because it can be long, and then they can control it to where they kind of like just bring it back in, like they contract it. Like it comes back in, it gets shorter.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sure the turkey police, that makes it easier for the turkey police to catch somebody, see if they're lying. Why is your snoot all shriveled, bitch? You sold them drugs.
So when something's up, something's uncomfortable, like they feel like, hey, I'm not safe, kind of stick their head up and take a look. Their snoot is shortened up.
How's your snoot right now?
It's hanging.
It's hanging in there?
It's dangling.
Man, I feel like that's such a better word for penis. Snood.
But yeah, I'm pretty proud of the turkeys I've killed.
Good.
I'm the one I'm
You eat them?
pretty proud of. Yeah,
Yeah.
tastes like normal grocery store turkey,
Oh, yeah.
except it's
It's yours. You got it.
mine,
And yours.
pure organic meat.
Yes. Yes. As you're saying.
The one turkey that I'm pretty proud of. I killed it with my recurve bow.
Really?
Yeah, 10 yards.
10 yard. You got that close? Wow.
I set up my
stalking son of a bitch.
I set up my decoys at 10 yards, and in the early spring, so like opening day of the season, the toms, are pretty much all the males, they're looking for those hens to breed. So if they see a group of hens with one male, they're like, oh, why does he have so many girls? Let's go beat up on him.
So, are you not allowed to shoot the hens?
The spring season, as far as the regulations go, you're allowed one bearded turkey per day for the spring season.
Per day?
Yeah.
We have that many turkeys?
I guess so, yeah.
Wow.
So one bearded turkey per day, and throughout the whole season, you're allowed 3 bearded turkeys.
Okay.
So some hens do have beards. There are bearded hens out there. So as long as it has a beard, it's a legal bird. So,
And you killed them.
yeah.
Killed them real good.
I at least killed 2 this year.
They feel you eat their hearts.
No.
They're still beating heart, just holding in front of their eyes. They gloss over. I win.
I'm not that ruthless, okay?
Oh, okay.
But, yeah. 10 yards to
That's a solid shot.
the decoys.
I heard bow and arrow
So-
hunting is a lot more difficult than people give it
It's-
credit for.
It is. It's a lot more difficult. You have to be a lot more stealthy, a lot more patient. Especially with recurves, because I don't have any sights. It's all instinctive.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't have, like...
It's not like a composite bow with all the different strings and whatnot.
It's compound bow.
Compound bow.
Yeah, it's not like that. It's all
Just like a Legolas bow?
instinctive. Like, I'm going to stare at that spot on the wall, and I'm going to try to hit that spot.
And fling!
Yeah, just come up, full draw, anchor, and then just let go.
Right in the snood.
8-inch beard.
Mm-hmm.
23 pounds.
How big the snood?
That's pretty big. I mean,
Just a good looking snood?
yeah.
Probably pretty loose. I want my snood to be nice and long when I die, you know what I'm saying? Just hanging low. So a common theme on the podcast is, I know you compare any two people, Bring him to one-on-one naked combat like the Greeks used to do in the Olympics. To the death, all greased up. Samuel Jackson and Denzel Washington, one-on-one naked combat. No tricks, just bronze and balls and cunning.
Are they like wrestling?
Fighting to the death, yeah. Wrestling, they could throw a punch, like whatever those actors do.
So fighting to the death, so eventually they're going to have like a sword or dagger or
something?
No.
One-on-one naked combat, that's it. No weapons, no nothing.
Okay.
It's pure.
Oh, Denzel Washington or Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good combo.
It is.
I gotta think about this.
Please do.
Let's see. Still gotta go Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel Jackson. I feel like he's got that. He's got the it factor. I mean,
he's got that edge.
Denzel's good, but I don't know. I mean, I could see either one winning, but say out of a series of 7, like they just get revived, I'd say Samuel Jackson in 7. Sam and 7, baby, let's go. It'll be a good fight to the end too. Denzel, he ain't no bitch. He'll get his kills.
There's Training Day, but
all right. What other than Training Day? What do you think is? Oh, I got my answer. Like another great Denzel movie, like a go-to.
A go-to. Yeah. Besides Training Day.
Yep. What do you think deserves to be his second? Like he's painted the Mona Lisa. Now what's his Starry Night? I know it's 2 completely different painters, but
so I haven't seen this movie completely through, just bits and pieces of it. Remember the Titans.
I was gonna say that.
Remember the Titans
that is the correct answer.
Pretty good
because I agree with it.
But whenever I see that scene of when they won state and the car accident.
Oh yeah.
I can't help to think about that YouTube
Ronnie
clip
Coleman.
with Ronnie Coleman.
Lightweight baby.
Woo!
Everybody want to be a bodybuilder. Right. Don't nobody want to lift this heavy ass weight. Go! I do it though. Yeah!
Doc got a dick deep. Ooh, he just paralyzes Gary Brashear and kicks
my God.
Man, that movie gets you pumped up. I love that movie. So good. Ryan Gosling's in it.
Oh, yeah.
Young Ryan Gosling. And then, and a young Hayden Panettiere. She's very little in that. She's this blonde actress.
Oh,
smoking hot, I think.
Is she the coach's daughter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little girl.
Okay.
She's feisty in that. But she's grown up. And she's married. And I think she has a kid.
The Blind Side.
So good for her.
That was a good movie.
Blindside's good.
I like that movie.
Can Tim McGraw do no wrong? He's handsome, articulate, loving.
And Sandra Bullock is his wife.
Sandra, she is smoking hot in that movie. Sandy, Miss Congeniality, loved her in that.
Mm-hmm.
Love Miss Congeniality.
So you know that scene or the few scenes where she's walking and then she falls.
It's classic. That's
So in an interview,
iconic, I should say.
They were talking about it in an interview. It's like, did you really fall wearing those shoes? Like, I didn't actually fall. I guess she would have somebody like push her, and then she would fall.
Really?
Yeah.
Did this edit the guy out? Like,
I guess.
Seems like
I just focus the camera like in frame to where you can't see whoever's pushing her from behind.
I mean, seems like a lot of work for
just
small payoff. Yeah, but hey, it's iconic, so whatever. That Miss Gracie Lou Freebush, I believe. I mean, that's her character. That fall, it's like she looks good, but she still is.
Just wants world peace.
She's just want world peace. I didn't realize. I was like, what is she doing? Her talent when she's making the crystal cup glasses sing. That was so cool. I was like,
I've done that at home once.
How'd it make you feel?
Pretty amazing.
I guess it needs to be crystal. It needs to be a certain type of glass or texture. Because I tried doing it with wine glasses over here. I'm just spinning, feeling like an asshole because no sound is coming out.
I think it has to be a pretty, like a thin glass.
Thin?
Yeah, like those wine glasses that are kind of like really tall.
Yeah.
Have like the tulip is really tall.
That's what it's called, the tulip?
I'm assuming that's what it's called because it's kind of that.
I mean, I'll believe you. I don't even know if snoot is legit. I'm just taking your word for it. You could be fucking with me right now.
No, it's legit.
I love that.
It's legit.
Snoot.
I can pull something up.
No,
on Google.
I have no reason to to not believe you because I love that. My new favorite word.
Snood.
Snood. But continue about
snooty son of a bitch.
Snooty son of a bitch.
But yeah,
wine glass.
I have a wine glass at home. I filled it up halfway with water one time. I was kind of cleaning it up. And I was like, you have to get your fingertip a little bit wet too. And then just run it across the top of the rim.
You put your finger in your mouth?
I run it under the faucet.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you know.
And you just run it across.
Get real weird with it.
Around the rim of the wine glass, and it starts making that sound. Wee, 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 wee. Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Kind of dump out some water, kind of change the pitch of it.
I like that. It's a cool. Whoever discovered that must have just been bored. Like,
yeah,
that's nice. I'm gonna keep doing that.
What is this?
What's this? What's this?
Give me 5 more glasses.
5 more. Have you ever seen Nightmare Before Christmas?
I have
What's
not.
this? What's this? It's probably Tim Burton's, in my opinion, second best movie because Beetlejuice with Michael Keaton. Let's go. And a very young Alec Baldwin. I forget the actress that was in there, the wife. But it's dark. Anyways, you were gonna say.
I remember the movie as a kid, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Remember that as a kid. Haven't really watched it. I've never watched it. And same with Beetlejuice. I've only seen bits and pieces of Beetlejuice.
Glorious.
So
it's so bizarre.
My girlfriend is a fan of both movies.
Yeah.
She's like, you haven't seen Nightmare Before Christmas?
You just gotta bite the bullet, sir.
Yeah, and she's like, she always quotes it too. She's like, what was it? I'm Jack the Pumpkin King or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's iconic for a reason, like the character Jack Skellington.
Yeah. But I'm not a big fan of scary movies and stuff like that. I'm not saying that Nightmare Before Christmas is a scary movie, but just
not really.
Scary movies in general. I'm not a big fan of it.
I don't like the feeling of being scared either. It's like, the anxiety is. I have enough bullshit in my real life to deal with. I don't need this hour and a half of extra added anxiety.
So like,
seems gratuitous.
When it came out, the first one,
yep,
the first chapter, when that came out in theaters, my girlfriend was gonna go by herself to go watch it, and I was
foolish.
I was like, no, you're not going by yourself. There's too many crazies out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to sacrifice my psyche and go with you.
There you go. How'd it treat you?
Dude.
It was, for as scary as it is, it was good.
It was a good movie, yeah.
It was scary as hell.
Second part to that. I hate clowns.
Oh, what?
Fucking hate clowns.
Come on.
I hate clowns.
Why?
They're always the fucking child rapist, the murderer.
Who else is going to do it? They're jumping on the grenade for us.
Dude.
Just because, was it Al Bundy? Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Just because he went out and, made a boo-boo.
Made a boo-boo.
He's ruining clowning for everybody.
Okay, well, I don't like clowns.
I didn't mean to refer
clowns.
to the murder and rape of children to boo-boos. Perhaps a little insensitive.
So, after watching that movie, I was fucking paranoid.
How paranoid?
Like, I'd be in the shower washing my hair and be like, okay,
am I bleeding?
I'm gonna open my eyes and nobody's gonna be there. So I'd open my eyes real quick and turn around and think, okay, we're good. I'd be like, but what if he's on the other side of the curtain? So I'd just like whip the curtain back real quick. Like, okay, he's out there. Any little sound I heard.
Come on. Well,
any little sound I heard, it's like, what the fuck was that?
Well, even before when you're in the shower and hear any kind of nudge from the other side of the door, clearly someone or something is there to kill you. It's the facts.
Yeah.
Wow.
And only when you open the door, they're like scared. They get out of there. For sure. But scary movies. Yeah. The original It movie that came out, Tim Curry as It. Laughable. It is so funny how bad that movie is. And then the second movie with the adults, disgusting. Like John Ritter's in it. And it's bizarre. The acting is so bad. It's almost like a porno movie that never gets to the porn. It's just that caliber of acting. It's garbage. Garbage.
Basura. So the original It with Tim Curry and all that. I haven't seen it.
Don't.
From my girlfriend says it's not scary.
If you want to watch it ironically and get a laugh, watch it.
Okay.
You'll laugh.
I'm gonna have to.
It's
do
funny.
One of these days.
It's so bad it's funny. Just how outdated it is. Just how ridiculous it is.
But the new It, the second chapter,
Did you see it?
I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it either.
Because, I mean, I have to see what happens now. I saw the first half.
I love Bill Hader. The cast is great. James McAvoy, Bill Hader. Bill Skarsgård. Did you see Deadpool 2?
No.
Nick!
I told you I'm not a fan of, like, superhero movies
It's
or
so funny.
anything like that.
It's so goddamn funny. I would implore you to watch the first one. You'll laugh your ass off. It's so funny.
A lot of my girlfriend's coworkers have said, like, Deadpool is funny.
It's hilarious.
Okay.
You need to watch it.
Okay.
In fact, I will not rest until you tell me you watch it. I'm going on a hunger strike until you watch it.
Okay.
Please, Nick.
You're going to look like Joaquin Phoenix in the
Joker.
Joker.
Just losing it. That's the goal. Would you fuck me? He's just dancing. I'd fuck me. Before you got here, I was watching a documentary on HBO because, pinky up, baby. It's called They Shall Not Grow Old. It's a World War I documentary.
Okay.
And it is fucking insane how well done it is. It's all, it's not, what's it called? Narrated. It's just soldiers talking, their recorded experiences from way back then. When it's all the videos been colorized and everything. It's done well, and the story's told through their voice.
Okay.
And it's like 2 hours long, but it is insane. You see so much graphic shit.
Is that the same movie that they played in, like, select theaters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peter Jackson did it.
Okay.
So it's like by the museums and the World War I museums over there, the BBC. It's so well done. It's very unique how they do it. The technology, you could tell. It's like it looks fake.
It's remastered.
Almost, but it's remastered. So it's original footage.
Okay.
And they colorize it the best they can. Of I assume they look at the landscape at the time, what would have gone on, what their uniforms would have looked like, and they took their faces and reconstructed them 3D almost.
Okay.
You can tell they kind of look like 3D characters, but it's just patched up. But it doesn't bother you that much. You're just seeing it in color and just how blown to bits these guys are. And they were so young. There's 15-year-olds, 16-years-olds, 17-year-olds signing up to go to this carnage. That war changed the world. If you listen to Dan Carlin's Blueprint for Armageddon podcast, it's called our Hardcore History, and it's 6 episodes called Blueprint for Armageddon. It's all about, tells you from the beginning to end World War I. All the politics, the players, what happened. Amazing. It's like if, Shuttleworth were talking to you. You're just enthralled.
I mean, there's young kids that weren't even old enough to enlist in the military to fight the war.
Hell yeah.
So they lied about their age to get in.
Oh, they lied, or the person at the recruiting office, like one guy there was a quote, he's like, oh, I'm 16. He's like, oh, you sure you're not 18? He's like, yeah, I am actually. And he's like, all right, sign here. Like they needed bodies.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever, you're gonna die anyway, so go and fight. I guess the question is, would you have survived World War I if you went in there? You got in the fray, the ruckus.
It's a good question.
Thank you.
50-50 chance, maybe?
Doubt.
Doubt?
Millions died. I'd say.
Well, depending on the conditions.
The conditions were horrendous.
Yeah,
you got trench foot, there's lice, rats. Anytime you get sniped or like a mortar shell coming in your trench.
Yeah, I'd be toast.
You get drowned in the mud. But it's not just mud in no man's land. It's mud and gasoline and guts from humans and horses and oil.
Yeah.
Jordan. It was. When you just hear how it's described and when you see it, it's just
pure carnage.
Pure carnage. The closest hell could ever be on Earth.
Yeah. So horrifying. Based off of those conditions, I don't think
I'd be toast. There's no way. And they laugh. There's a dark gallows humor that the soldiers adopted just to cope with it all. And then you can get gassed too. Don't forget about that. You could get gassed but survive that, and then go back home to your farm and then die later. Your lungs are just filling up with fluid. You just get like pneumonia.
Mm-hmm. I've actually had pneumonia.
Die. You did?
Yeah.
Kicked its ass.
Like 2-3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Back in.
Damn, what happened?
Just one of those shitty winters where there's a lot of moisture in the air.
Moisture.
And, got pneumonia in my lungs.
Do you get shots, or how do you beat pneumonia?
Pop pills.
Pop pills?
Antibiotics.
And sure enough, I mean, does it affect your breathing now? I've heard it's kind of lingering effects forever.
It doesn't really affect my breathing now. It's just when it gets to that time of year, there's a greater possibility that I could get it again.
Skylar's gotten it, I was like 3 or 4 times when he was younger, like walking pneumonia. I think it just lingers and waits for its turn. It's like, all right, 'tis the season, bitches.
Before I even went to the doctor, I thought it was just, common cold.
Yeah.
My voice was raspy. I was coughing. Sounded like a damn chain smoker. And I finally went to the doctor. It's like, oh, yeah, you have pneumonia. Oh, cool. Great.
Thanks, doc. Can't remember the last time I went to the doctor.
Yeah.
I need to go to the doctor. Just a physical. Just to see if everything's operating at full capacity. Or in 3/4.
Tickle the balls.
Tickle the balls.
Yeah, the boys are good.
The boys are good, all 3 of them. Let's see. I guess you answered my previous question, like your favorite class in high school. I'd say Shuttleworth, U.S. History is pretty dope. But Miss G, it's hard to beat Miss G's classes. Spanish 3 and 4.
I never took Spanish in high school.
Oh, come on now.
I wish I did so I can speak my native tongue. But I did not. I took the alternate route, was a fine art.
How's that paying off for you?
I mean, I know how to do a little bit of woodworking.
Oh, that's cool.
And ceramics, I mean, I don't really sculpt anything out of clay.
You have that little pedal, then you just start spinning your
We
bowl
actually
around.
didn't use those, dude. Everything was by hand.
Fondle the clay and bend it to your will.
Just kind of use your creative mind and just shape everything.
People need to be creative a lot more. You need to exercise that muscle because it's not used nearly enough.
It came natural because I'm left-handed, and they say left-handed people are more creative.
I bat and golf lefty, but I write righty.
So
I guess I'm just confused.
Well, I'm confused too.
I mean, aren't we all?
Everything I do, eating, writing, whatever, it's all left-handed.
Baiting.
But I switch hit.
That's it. Oh, really? I can't do that.
So
I can't get into it.
As far as like shooting my bow, shooting guns, I'm right-handed. I'm right-eye dominant.
Really?
Yeah.
So is it kind of, does that hinder you a little bit, or do you think you benefit from it? You're just used to it by this.
I'm just used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I should probably. So I have a revolver, a single-action revolver, .357 mag.
Mm-hmm.
I can shoot that left-handed and right-handed.
And ambidextrous.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I feel like I do better left-handed with that than
Yeah.
I do my right hand.
Could you have been a gunslinger in the Old West?
Maybe.
Yeah?
The vaquero.
You what?
The vaquero.
The vaquero. Why not?
I don't know.
Why not? I don't know. The Old West was a rough and tumble time, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I need to brush my teeth. Where's the Wi-Fi?
I have no teeth. I drink too much whiskey and I have no teeth.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? Read? Lay
I
down in
barely
bed with
read
your
as it
britches?
is.
Oh my god, who reads anymore?
Exactly. Everything's on autobook.
Do you think gun safety should be taught in high school or be some kind of elective?
I think so.
We're in an age now. Everybody's gonna have to have a gun in their birth certificate.
Just be more aware of it.
Be aware.
Just
Just to have a respect for it.
Yes.
Not to respect when people do operate and handle guns safely and correctly.
You see a lot of this stuff on social media. People trying to be hard and gangsters and flashing their guns around. It's like, okay,
It's not what they're for, dude.
you're obviously a fucking idiot. You don't have respect for it, and you're not.
Yeah, respect the gun for sure. It could kill you.
Yeah.
As if there's anything more obvious than that.
Kill
Where
yourself,
people
kill other people.
you drop it-
accidental fire.
What are you gonna say at the funeral? I don't want to be all gloom and doom, but that's I always
You have
think
to come
worst
down
case
to the-
scenario.
Exactly.
I just dwell on it. I have a hard time elevating from that mindset to the point where, like, I'm nervous around them almost all the time. I have a little twinge of anxiety. It's fun to shoot them and everything, but there's some part of me that's still a little uneasy.
You just need training with it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who is experienced
Daily.
who knows how to handle it safely and respectfully. Have them show you how to use it with respect and safety.
Right.
And you should be good to go.
Yeah. I need something like when I move into a new place. If I have a family, I figured I want some fighting chance in case the worst does happen. Keep it locked in a safe, away from the kids. I don't get how kids are cracking open these safes or getting into the gun safes or something.
Yeah.
It's ludicrous.
It's either they know where the key is, they know the safe combination to get in.
Mm-hmm. How do they figure that out?
Or they just either they know where it is, like they've kind of like stumbled upon it, or their parents have told them, okay, this is where we're going to keep the key, this is the combo.
I don't want to take that chance.
Yeah, I was kind of running through that situation in my head, and I was like, I kind of do, for, worst case scenario, somebody breaks in, we're not home.
Double tap.
Yeah.
I would yell at them first just in case it's somebody I know. Mm-hmm. Because there's horror stories of people shooting somebody that gets home late from the bar or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I came home at 2 a.m. last night. Luckily my folks are just heavy sleepers. The dogs are passed out. And I just waltzed on in.
Yeah.
If the door's locked or something like that and my mom or dad gets spooked, they pull out a gun, whammy. But they knew I was coming home, so I guess communication would be...
Yes.
Communication is crucial.
Yes.
Next question. If you had to give up a finger, which one would it be?
Give up a finger.
Yep. One's got to go.
One's got to go.
I noticed the knife.
I've noticed two knives.
Two. That's from The Hobbit. Sting. But that sword does make an appearance in Lord of the Rings.
Definitely keep the thumbs, because without the thumbs, you can't...
You only got to give up one, just one.
Okay.
I'll give you your thumbs.
Index fingers, those are my trigger fingers. I had to keep those.
Mm-hmm. I like your reasoning. Keep going.
Gotta save the middle fingers.
Save them.
Because I gotta give a fuck you every now and then.
Yep.
Maybe the ring fingers, just kind of like as a backup.
If I had to choose one, I'd say right ring finger.
Right ring finger.
Yeah.
Okay.
And plus, I have really long middle toes. I just take that son of a bitch off and put them back. I'm good.
I got a backup.
I got a really long my middle toe is longer than my big toe.
Okay.
Pizza time.
I don't know. I'd have to go maybe the pinkies. But then again...
Would you give both pinkies even though I asked for one?
Both pinkies? No. I would...
All right, which one? Which pinky?
The bare minimum.
Which pinky? Right? Probably you're right then, since you're left-handed.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm right-handed, but... marriage is important. I'll ask for, like, the bottom. You know how your fingers are, like, cut into thirds?
Right.
If you look at the wrinkles? I would request the lower third.
Lower third.
And then take the tip off, the other pinky or something like that. I don't know, something.
I don't know. Now that you mentioned the ring finger, I might give up one of my ring fingers. Maybe the left ring finger.
You ain't get married? Yeah, man.
You can always do the right one.
You could. I guess, yeah. Left middle finger. I mean, I'm right-handed. I guess I would rather have my right hand intact, yeah?
You gotta save the pinkies, because what if you gotta get in there?
Dude, that's my nose-digging finger.
Exactly.
People think that my long pinky nail is for cocaine. No.
No.
Effectively picking boogers.
Exactly.
I've never done coke. Have you ever done coke?
No.
I
barely
fear
smoke
it.
weed.
Whenever that was around, if I was at a house or something in college and that shit got busted out, it's just a red flag, and I don't even want to be around it. I don't even want to take the chance if it gets busted up or anything like that. Pablo Escobar's taught me enough to stay away from the coca.
Mm-hmm.
Cocaine. I'm glad I never got into that. That could be a slippery slope.
Dude.
I definitely have an addictive personality. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't even want to chance it.
No.
No one to.
Oh, hey, you're
No,
busting out the nose candy. I gotta go.
The booger sugar.
I'm gonna take a beer, and I'll see you later.
Yep. There it goes.
That's it.
It's a little intense.
Bad news.
A little much.
Bad news.
I'll just drink coffee. Whatever. I'll have free workout. It's the same thing.
Same thing. It just keeps it going.
So what finger was it? Your right ring finger.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
You'll be graded on this later.
Okay.
Why are beards such a staple of manliness? Are they the equivalent of antlers for humans?
That was a good question. I would say yes.
And
It
I
kinda-
would say the Arabic cultures it's like when a beard is a symbol of your manhood.
Mm-hmm.
You're there. That's what, beards are renowned. They're thick, full beards over there. They're glorious.
They are pretty glorious.
Your beard is pretty good too. However,
It needs some work. I've tried working
I'd say
on it.
I feel like a little trimmage.
Some trimming, yeah.
I might toss some constructive criticism from a guy that couldn't grow anything close to that.
I would agree to you. Yeah.
Slippy slip.
Some, it could be cleaned up a little bit.
Cleaned up.
Usually when I go to the barber shop, get a haircut, I tell them, hey, could you
trim.
kind of clean it up, make it look nice?
Carpets match the drapes, Nick.
Yeah.
Take that as a yeah. Let's go.
It's a matching set.
Absolutely.
So,
they are pretty manly though.
with myself,
Yeah.
I would like more length and fullness.
You want more girth. you want length and girth.
Length and girth, okay. I tend to get patchiness. One side grows better and looks better than the other. I get a lot of patchiness.
If you hold your breath and like push, hair will like kind of come out like Play-Doh.
I wish it was that easy. I wish I could be the.
Isn't that how you grow your beard? You just hold your breath and push.
Pure testosterone, my friend.
That's what your beards are. It's just
Pure
testosterone and it turned into hair. Then turns gray.
Yeah.
You have no gray hair.
I actually
full
do.
mane. You got some?
In my head, yeah.
Welcome, brother.
I got like one up here towards the front, and there's some more back here.
Couple sons of bitches.
The damn woman of mine.
She's stressing you out?
Stressing.
God damn.
Yeah.
Making an honest man out of you.
Yep.
I got a ton of gray hairs on the side of my head. You got a little, what's it called? Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four. Mr. Fantastic. Although I wouldn't consider myself Mr. Fantastic, but I got some gray hair on the side of my head. Numerous sources. Numerous reasons why, but but they haven't been popping up lately, so maybe something's going right.
I got a few gray hairs. If you look in like my mustache and like the front chin part of my beard, there's some blonde hairs in there.
Blonde hairs?
I've been told there's some red hairs in there too.
I can see that. Greg for sure has red hairs in his beard.
Oh,
That's funny.
Yeah, the blonde hair comes from my dad.
Your dad's blonde?
Kind of like a dirty blonde.
Dirty.
Yeah. He used to be, I think when he said he was younger, it used to be like a lot blonder. I guess like a towhead. What the hell that means.
A towhead?
Yeah.
Huh. Some old folk jargon.
I guess.
I know not what it means.
He once sent me to the store and be like, oh yeah, if you're going to Walmart or whatever, I need you to get me some shampoo and some cream rinse.
Cream rinse?
Yeah.
Your dad from the 1800s? What the hell is he talking about?
I have no idea. So,
Mr. Hayes.
By cream rinse, I thought he meant, oh, okay, body wash.
What do you mean?
Fucking conditioner.
What do you call it?
Cream rinse.
Cream rinse?
Yeah. Why didn't you just call it conditioner? I would have known what you were talking about.
No. These.
Yeah.
No, I would have thrown me for a loop. I thought,
I didn't
you
know
want
what
food?
he
I
was
don't know.
talking about.
Speak up, goddammit, Dad. What are you gonna be for Halloween?
I have no idea. I have no thought put into it at all.
It's okay.
I got invited to a Halloween party.
Justin's?
Yeah.
Yep. I'll see you there. All right. I can't wait.
I don't know. I can't think of what I want to be. I was thought maybe I should bring back the banana costume from
Bring
New
it
Year's.
back and get sexy. Get real weird.
But since we've moved from like 3 or 4 different houses, I think throughout the moves I finally may have parted with it. I can't find
really?
it anymore. Yeah.
Well, there's about 50 spirit stores within a 20-yard radius, so we can make a trip.
My girlfriend, she works for Nugget in Davis, the one on Covell. She works in the bakery department. And yes, her department for Halloween, they're doing a theme. They're doing Alice in Wonderland. Or not Alice in Wonderland, I'm sorry. The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
She's going to be the flying monkey. She's always wanted to be a flying monkey.
Then she gets to be a flying monkey.
She's a
That's
flying
pretty
monkey.
sweet. She's just going to hop around.
It's pretty cool.
She already has the outfit?
My mom is actually sewing this costume
Nice.
together. Handmade.
Dude, moms are dope like that. They can sew things. Reap what you sow, Nick.
So last Sunday, I went to dinner with Yvonne and Justin. We had sushi. I came home. I was full from dinner. I had no idea. My nose and my eyesight and just everything failed me. I had no idea my mom was baking a peach cobbler in the oven. She said it was just getting out of the oven right when I came home. I didn't smell any delicious goodness or anything. The next morning, I got up to go make coffee. I see this casserole dish on the counter with peach cobbler in it, and I was like, wait a minute. Where did this deliciousness come from?
How did you deny the peach cobbler?
I don't know.
Dude,
She
you
was
go back
gonna-
to the doctor or something.
She was gonna tell me, it's like, oh, hey, you know, I just made a peach cobbler. It's just coming out of the oven, and I must have passed out or something.
Jesus, you're in a sushi coma. That happens.
That damn
You have
sushi.
to eat till you're just disgusted with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you could have a beer with any historical figure, who would it be?
Any historical.
Anybody. I peg you as a Teddy Roosevelt guy. Just be out hunting ducks or grizzlies.
He was
Be amazing.
an outdoorsman. I mean, he's the one who.
I bet he smoked weed. Hell yeah, Teddy smoked weed.
He's the one who pretty much established, hey, we need some sort of conservation going on here, because at that time, it was just a free for all. Mm-hmm. It was like market hunting.
We need regulations so we don't wipe out the species.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like conservationists and hunters are conservationists.
Yeah.
They just
So,
worship nature in a different way.
So, all the hundreds of dollars I spend on buying firearms or buying archery equipment, buying ammunition, buying gear or whatever. Even my license and my stamps for the year. A portion of that money that I've spent goes back for conservation.
Really?
Yeah.
That's gotta feel pretty good, huh? Mm-hmm. It's good for the animals. Good for the Nick.
It's going back to what I love to do.
And then your kids will be able to enjoy doing it. It's circular.
It's a full circle.
It's a circle of life.
Exactly.
And death. Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Of course.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Are you ready for the rapid fire?
Oh,
Get
my
these.
goodness.
They'll be a good way to wrap up this show. A nice little cha 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 cha, a cha cha, cha cha cha, cha cha cha. Dave Bow Bow.
Oh yeah.
Dave. All right. Let's cheers to Sunny in Philadelphia, to their 15th season. 14th season.
14 seasons.
How is that possible?
How do they come up with more ideas?
I haven't watched since I want to say season 9 or 10. I completely fell off the wagon and got run over by the horse.
I'm gonna have to look on Amazon and see if they have any more of the later seasons, like on DVD. Because I think the last DVD set that I have has to be at least season 7, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
They're so good.
With Kitten Mitten.
Kitten Mittens? You're so stupid. Charlie Day. All right. Take a sip. Are you ready for this?
Hit me.
Your mind right? Your mind
Yep.
ready? You're good to go?
Yep.
Alrighty. Do you say GIF or GIF?
GIF.
Very good. That is correct.
You're talking about like the pictures on like
the
social media.
graphic motion.
Okay.
Yeah. Ranch or blue cheese?
Dude, ranch.
Correct.
Depending on what I'm doing.
Left or right?
Right.
Correct. Flour or corn tortillas?
What say you?
I know it depends, but if you have to pick one, Sophie's choice, baby.
I'll go with flour.
Correct.
'Cause
Nice.
you can't make a burrito with corn tortillas.
Or flour. Yeah, absolutely. Burritos over tacos. Clearly. But,
Corn tortillas are for tacos.
yes.
Purely tacos.
Delicious.
Flour tortillas are for your burritos and fajitas.
I'd agree.
Yes.
And quesadillas.
You can also do
The flour tortilla is so much more variable.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even a question how much culinary diversity the flour tortilla brings to the goddamn kitchen.
You can
Now I'm excited.
You can also do
Ah! Finish my coffee.
You can also do quesadillas with corn tortillas too.
And they make a great taquito and like a big fluffy flour tortilla. Put some spread peanut butter down the middle and roll it up. A little peanut butter roll up.
So we call this Mexican PB&J. But there's no more bread in the cabinet.
Nada.
And you're desperate for a PB&J.
Desperado. Sorry, that's not.
You get a flour tortilla. You spread the peanut butter and the jelly, and then just kind of, you could fold it in half, or you can just roll it up, and it's delicious.
The flour tortilla is far superior. It's amazing.
Homemade flour tortillas and homemade corn tortillas is like a new.
Oh, it's by far
level.
better than anything you get at the store.
Of course.
But I remember going to, God, what was it? It's not Chevy's. It was, I don't know if there's many of them around. It's like it was a chain Mexican restaurant.
On the border?
No, not on the border. Chevy's. And like they had a machine that just bumped out fresh tortillas. You just take them. They're warm, and powdery, soft. Oh, delicious. I guess this whole conversation negates the rapid fire thing, but who gives a shit? To take time out of the day to pay homage to flour tortillas. Let's go, flour tortillas.
We're all tangents here, baby.
Tangents, rants, digression. I love going off on these tangents. I love it.
All right.
Flour tortillas.
Flour tortillas.
You are going off right now. You are on fire. Everything you say is correct.
Okay.
Because I agree with it. Therefore.
Next question.
All right, we get a little tougher. IPA or light beers?
I'm going to go with some light beers.
Light beers?
Yeah.
You know what?
There's a few IPAs that are just...
I'll agree.
They're a little too filling.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are just off the scale with the hops and everything.
Yeah.
And the IB, or the alcohol by volume.
Yeah.
Is okay. I want to just drink something and just chill.
Right.
If I have, a 7% IPA,
A loaf of fucking bread.
exactly. I'm full. I'm heavy.
Yeah.
It's hot outside, and I'm already fucking buzzed.
And I gotta pee.
And I've only had 2 drinks.
I mean, it's good for a quick buzz, but IPAs will sneak up on you.
Yeah.
There's no wrong I decided that there's no wrong answer with this question. However, light beers, it's a nice soothing drunk. It starts off with a nice buzz. Mm-hmm. It warms you up, takes you in, and then if you want to get naughtier, it'll get naughty. It'll play with you. Mm-hmm. You'll be peeing a lot. You'll be hydrated.
Yeah.
Clear and copious. But I think for the day drinking and longevity of the day,
More social.
It's more social, far more social.
Yes.
And it's good for games. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be chugging IPAs like you said. You'll be done.
I don't want to play beer pong and be chugging down some stouts.
Light beers are the flour tortillas of the bevy world. Yes, can we agree?
Yeah.
It's so variable.
It's very
veritable. Moving on. Whiskey or vodka?
Whiskey.
Whiskey. What kind of whiskey?
I used to always go with the Jack Daniels.
Yeah, Gentleman Jack's pretty good. There's some intense stuff. What is it called? John Wick drinks it. It's a whiskey Blanton's, I think it's called.
I don't know.
And there's a little equestrian, like a horse racer. It's a different little statue on top of the cap for every bottle.
Okay.
Well, there's like 5 different variations of it. And boy, how I've tried it before. It's super expensive, but it was like quality. You can taste it. You don't chase it with anything. You just sip.
Yeah.
Taste that smoke. Delicious.
I used to go towards the original Jack Daniels.
Jack's fantastic.
And I don't know. I've been kind of going over to the Crown Royal.
Crown Royale. It's not bad.
Crown Royale.
I tried Conor McGregor's whiskey. It's not bad. Proper 12. I'm not endorsing it though, because it's just Conor McGregor. That's why you're gonna jack up the price. Fuck you.
Exactly.
It's a good whiskey, but would it make it that much more special if he didn't endorse it or create it? It's just whiskey.
It's just whiskey.
Would you rather sniff meth or paint?
Paint.
Paint. Good call. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Yep. Shotguns or rifles?
Ooh. I have to say shotguns.
Shotguns?
I have a very deep love for shotguns.
Hell yeah.
That's what I started out with.
Very good. Whispers or screams?
What's my backstory on this one?
Out of context, it's quite a bizarre. I mean, it's just an odd question in general.
Whispers or screams?
Yeah, what do you prefer?
I would say whispers.
Whispers?
I'd rather have somebody whisper than fucking screaming, because screaming gets annoying after a while.
The drunken white woman in public is one of the most annoying creatures I've ever heard.
Oh my God, you're here!
They're just taking selfies at the bar in Vacaville last night, and God help me. I mean, I think the conclusion I came to, I was a little salty that I was not on their level and enjoying the euphoria that was flowing through their loins.
Okay.
But irritating as fuck. Good Lord.
Yes.
The drunken white women.
For fuck's sake, shut the fuck
Like
up.
they've never had alcohol before. It's second to the drunken white women in public, drunken Giants fans in public. Jesus, I'm a Giants fan, but even then, I am just taking the ferry back after the game, just hearing them sing and stuff. I'm like, shut up. Shut up!
It's on my bucket list.
What's on your bucket list?
I have never been to a Giants game. I wanna go to a Giants game.
Ever?
I've never been to a Major League Baseball game.
Nick, you call yourself a man.
I've been to River Cats, but that's like what, AAA,
AAA,
minor
but
league.
I mean, it's a good start, but you got to go to a major league game.
Yeah.
The season's over now. But the Giant Stadium, I went with my buddy John on Saturday. I haven't seen him in a while. And we ate some choice, gummies and such, and enjoyed 3 hours of baseball on a sunny San Francisco Saturday. And it was great. We just walked around, got some sandwiches afterwards. It was delicious. It was delightful. What a great time. We lost to the freaking Dodgers.
Damn Dodgers.
That's okay.
We're Giants fans. We don't root for the Dodgers.
We do not. I want them to lose. I'm so happy they lost last night. In stunning fashion. I hate them.
So, what was it?
More the fans than
Couple years ago, the World Series, the Astros and the Dodgers.
Yeah, they lost.
I was
Big time.
the whole World Series. That's the only time I watched baseball. Is the World Series. Whole time.
It's a long season. It's intense, isn't it?
It is intense,
Very intense.
especially with the that one year, the Cubs and the Cleveland Indians.
Oh my God, that game 7.
Whoa!
The greatest game I didn't get to watch.
They broke the curse.
Class. They broke the curse.
Bill Murray
that
was there.
That was intense. That was so incredible. Watching the Giants win. I've never felt such
Believing.
euphoria. Don't stop. 2010, probably the best year they won it. That team was just a bunch of oddballs and misfits. 2012 was pretty amazing. Every year they did it, there was a great story. There's great narrative leading into it. And it just made it fun to watch. Plus, like, they're my team.
Yeah.
Greatest thing I ever did see, like, on TV probably, is Travis Ishikawa. He hit a home run to win, I think it was a wild card game, but it was late in the game, clutch walk-off home run over right field. Glorious. I think how long the game takes, it adds more intensity, a little more anxiety because it's drawn out a little bit, pitch by pitch, and it's just that it just keeps building the tension, and then you get a base hit or strikeout. You do get release. It gives you release, for better or for worse.
But during that whole World Series game between the Astros and the Dodgers, rooting for the Astros.
Hell yeah, and they did it. They
Because
pulled it
we're
off.
Giants fans, we don't root for the Dodgers.
The Giants, since they don't win anymore, watching the
Yeah.
Dodgers lose, it still feels pretty good because their fans are sad.
Of course.
It's like, yeah, you got to the World Series, but at the end of the
Choked.
day, you won. The Giants won as many World Series as you did. 0. Meow, 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 meow. All right, you ready for the next question?
Hit me.
Nagasaki or Hiroshima?
Oh. Nagasaki.
Sick. You're a sick, man. Black or white?
Let's do white.
You racist piece of shit.
It's all there, black and white.
Yeah, harumph.
Harumph.
Superman or Superwoman?
Superman. Faster than the speeding bullet.
So fast. The fastest. Odd or even.
Let's get a little odd.
He winked. Yay or nay?
Yay.
Yeah. Yay. That's all I got for you, Nick. That's all I got.
Oh, boy.
That was pretty good, dude.
That was good.
Hour and a half in the books.
Wow.
It's pretty good. There's some slappy shit I'll be editing out. I ramble sometimes and it just don't make no sense.
Well, let's just freestyle it right now.
Freestyling it.
I mean,
there we go.
We've only went an hour and a half. That's
This
it.
ain't I don't have the clout that Joe Rogan does. I usually shoot for like an hour and a half because nobody knows me.
Okay.
Nobody. It's like I don't want to
Well, you
torture
gotta
him.
throw your name out there, man.
I'm getting it out there. I'm working on my cover art today.
Okay.
To make sure it's on iTunes. I just want to make sure it's legit. People are happy to click on it, tap on it, see what's good. So
how do you do your cover art? Is it just like
just Photoshop?
Photoshop?
Yeah.
Kind of edit it, distort it.
Real nice.
Get real weird with
It's
it.
the Trial and Error podcast. It's like, no, trial and error. It's fun. But because I want to get better with each episode. There's parts of this episode I'll be able to sniff out because I re-listened to all of them.
Okay.
I'll sniff it out, be like, okay, I could have pronounced better here. Don't go on a tangent here. Keep the conversation going more instead of bouncing around, because I'll do that. I'll ask a stupid question that's completely nothing to do with whatever we're talking about.
Okay.
So I try to learn from every episode, and at the same time, just have fun.
I'm not causing
good.
a scene. The movie's causing a scene.
The movie's God. What a dad joke that
Golden.
was. Gold. I want it to be candid, because I'm starting to be more aware when I'm just trying to be funny, and it's just fucking pathetic.
It is.
I think there's a couple jokes I said on this podcast that I'm just like, I got done saying it, and then you started talking, and then the voice in the back of my head's like, you fucking turd. You really just said that. I'm like, shut up.
You, what a schmuck.
What a snood. Just snoods everywhere.
Snooty son of a bitch.
Snooty. But I'm feeling like my snood's dangling decently low today. It's been a good day.
So, since we have these pinup girl playing cards
Oh
here.
yeah, Day of the Dead pinup girl.
Dave the Dead.
That's why
pinup girls.
That's why I love about him.
Who doesn't love a good Latina pinup girl? Day of the Dead.
Well, plus they're in some kind of vintage World War II lady outfits. Some corsets.
Mm-hmm.
The military hat. And it's kind of burlesque.
It is.
Kind of burlesque-y.
Tell me about your trip to New Orleans. I never got to tell
New
you mine.
Orleans. Oh man, I
What a wonderful city, right?
ate, drank, and kept eating and drinking. That pretty much sums it up. Went to a plantation, which was cool.
I wanted to go to plantation, or actually, so the whole reason for us going, my brother had to go for like a business trip, so we just all tagged along. So it's my brother, his girlfriend, me, my mom, and my grandmother. Mm-hmm. We all just tagged along, whatever. It's like, hey, how often do we get to go to New Orleans? So not often at all.
I'll light some candles for us.
We're tagging along, and my mom wanted to go to a plantation, just take the tour or whatever, but from what the concierge told us at our hotel we were staying at, there's
Setting the mood, Nick. That's what's been
Lighting-
scented candle.
lighting scented candles and setting the mood.
What is
All right.
it? Winter
Winter scent.
by Slatkin and Co.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they told us, there's not a whole lot of cell phone reception out there to be able to get yourselves back into the city. So we ended up not going to the plantation, whatever. What I really wanted to see was I wanted to go on a swamp tour and see.
We went on one. It was because we went in spring and the gators hadn't defrosted yet because they hibernate.
Yeah.
And we only saw one, but it was cool to see.
Yeah, when we went, it was about the middle of January, so it's still pretty cold out there.
Right.
So, since alligators are cold-blooded animals and they need sunlight to warm themselves up, we weren't going to see any gators. So,
I'd want to see a snapping, one of those massive snapping
oh,
turtles.
the alligator snapping turtles?
Fuck yeah. Those guys look ferocious.
Yeah.
Ferocious snippers.
So, from what the concierge told us at the hotel, apparently when you go on the swamp tour, you can see, wild pigs out in the swamp, the alligators.
Boars.
Yeah, the alligators. You can feed them marshmallows and raw chicken.
Really?
Yeah. I guess they have a little wand or something they stick the marshmallow or the chicken on.
They love that shit.
And then you just hold it over the edge of the boat and they just jump up out the water.
So when we were on our little pontoon cruise, we were out in the Everglades where it's just trees sticking up out of water.
Okay.
And some raccoons were out there. Mm-hmm. Raccoons. It was a raccoon. It wasn't human meat. It was a raccoon. They're just out there. The last animal I would have expected to be in the Everglades is a raccoon. Maybe a python. Maybe a hillbilly. A wild human. Naked hillbilly. Gross.
There's people that live out there in the bayous.
I seen them out in the cuts. Oh, so New Orleans, and then I road trip back to California.
You road trip?
Road tripped it, baby.
Dude, that's
straight
awesome.
out of so. That the planning of it wasn't too bad. It was just me, right? So I was just looking. The first time I ever used Airbnbs.
Okay.
Airbnbs are so easy. It's easy to find. You like around an area. The people are nice. I met some really cool people in Roswell. So from
New Mexico.
I went from New Orleans, and it took probably about 5-6 hours to get to Austin. Met some friends there that my ex and I had, and they just live out in the outskirts of Austin. Texas is so freaking big. US 75, the Buc-ee's over there. They're huge, massive gas stations. Probably about 75 pumps. And it's like, think of double the size of Costco, but it's just, they have everything there. They have barbecue. They have bakeries, pizza, hamburgers. They have art supplies. They have clothes. They have everything. Imagine Texas in gas station form, and that's what you get.
That's another bucket list. I want to go to Texas.
And Texas also has its own military, its own federal homegrown military. It's separate from the U.S. military because...
Like Texas Rangers?
Yeah. Oh, they're not Rangers. They're a separate entity from the U.S. military. They dress the same. I'm sure they adhere to the same rules, but in case there's some revolution or whatever, that Texas has its own private like military.
Yeah, because
it's state military.
Before in the past, Texas wanted to pretty much leave the Union. They wanted to.
They're a country unto themselves. It took so long to drive through that freaking place.
That state alone has its own power grid.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's so wide open though. Like you go through tiny little towns. I went through Winters. I went through Winters, Texas. I went right through there. I got pictures.
So tell me, what is it like in Winters,
Texas? I drove. It's kind of like driving through Esparto on your way to Cache Creek. You pass by, you could look in and see it. It just looked like a tiny little town. It's Winters.
The whole 8 seconds of it. If you blink, you'll miss it.
I parked and took a picture. Made some funny comments. Whoop-de-doo, Winters, Texas. And I had the most surprising part. I did not plan on driving through it. I stopped off to Whataburger because I heard it's all the rage. Underwhelming Whataburger. That's what I want to say. That's my tagline for it.
So, if you would take Whataburger from Texas, what fast food chain in California would you compare it to? Would you say it's more like
Burger King?
Burger King?
Yeah, I'd say. That's it.
Equivalent to Burger King.
Yep, at best.
So you know how people outside of Texas, they pronounce it Whataburger?
Yeah.
Just like how it's spelled.
Whataburger.
In Texas, because they have that draw, it's Whataburger.
Whataburger?
Yeah. So it's like they're saying water.
Yeah.
Whataburger.
You know how New Yorkians would say it? Whataburger. They say water instead of water. Listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson, that New Yorkian stooge. That snood.
New York is like on my least places to go.
I'd go just because of how iconic it is.
Times Square. I
Times
think I would go
Square,
Times Square. Manhattan.
What were we talking about before this? What led us to this conversation? Oh, the road trip. Sorry, Jesus Christ. So get through Texas, get to Roswell, Airbnb, and this guy, they were just flipping houses. The guy was ex-Air Force. He said he worked for NASA before. And he's like, for sure there's aliens. And Roswell is essentially, it's a Esparto.
Yeah.
They have memorabilia shops. I went to this rinky-dink museum. Just imagine if they turned the Winters Community Center into a museum. You walk in, it's all open. They just put up little booths with drapes in between them. I mean, there's a lot to learn there, but it's not the most interesting thing in the world.
Right.
Like $5, you get an all-day pass. So I went to a local bookshop because I went through Cell, the audiobook, all on the CDs. I just listened to audiobooks while I was road tripping.
Okay.
So worked a lot. That Tom Clancy one, Command Authority, that was so freaking long, and so I would never imagine reading that. Just listening to it, I was already drooling out just because of how boring the driving was. Mm-hmm. But at least you have something to listen to because you get no cell phone service in long stretches.
Yeah.
And so anyway, from Roswell, that was a long trip. Went to Kanab, Utah, just because I wanted to see Zion, and I set up a little ride and hike tour. The guy takes you on a side-by-side. We went out mudding, and then you get out and you hike a little bit. So that drive there, it was cool. It was unfortunate because it started getting dark, and that's when the desert started really opening up. It was so fucking beautiful. And I didn't see what it was like going into Kanab. So when I woke up that next morning, there's just these red cliffs all around this tiny little town, maybe a couple hundred people. It was beautiful. And I guess they used to see. It was absolutely gorgeous. You're humbled. There's a huge animal shelter out there, no kill for dogs, cats, pigs, horses, whatever. And they're well funded. It was a beautiful spot. And I'm just going off on a tangent right now, so here we go. Buckle up, Nick, because goddamn, Kanab was so dope. I met Brent. He was my guy. Like, I just met him on the side of the road. He's covered in red clay. I'm like, this is the dude. And we get in this Polaris. Mm-hmm. And we go out, and we're mudding, and he's just, it's like he's a friend that I've had, and he was just taking me out on his Polaris. That's what it felt like. I've never met him before in my life, but we hit it off. We're just chatting. We go through mud puddles, and he, like, climbs rocks and shit. He goes, do you mind if we go to a spot? Like, he just born and raised there. And I was like, sure, like, I'm down for whatever. I have nothing to do today. This is what I'm doing.
Okay.
Takes me way out into the cuts, and there's just down this canyon. It's just open. You see the national park. It's just desert, but there's a lot of slot canyons. You know those skinny canyons, because it's the water erodes it so much. Though they're probably about 50 feet up.
It's kind of narrow.
Super narrow. Like, you can, like, put your arms out and try to kick your legs out too and climb your way up. Okay. If you're so inclined.
Yeah.
But he parks, and then we go into one of those, and he's like, I haven't been past this part before. Is it cool if we keep going? Maybe we can go back. I'm like, you know what? Let's go. We jump in, because we got to a part where there's a big puddle underneath us. Fuck it. Just jumped in there, got muddy, kept on going, and we could have probably gone for another 12 miles, but we were already walking for like an hour and a half, and we're just shooting the shit. It was cool trying to get over obstacles, because there'd be rocks in the way. You look 10 feet over your head, and there's logs wedged in between the canyon, because I guess when it downpours over there, it like floods. It is
flash floods.
Some godly shit. And
furious,
angry nature, I'd say. So that was just an unbelievable experience. And when we were done, there's just wide open plains, and I saw a bunch of buffalo by a watering, buffalo over this green pasture. It's like I'd want to get on a motorcycle and hurt them. That's the way to go. And just driving all over that place, it's just beautiful. You're humbled by the mountains. And on the way back, I was in a very good state. I need to, like, re-get in that mindset of, you know what? This looks like a cool spot. I'm going to park and hike a little bit. I pulled off the side of the road just to take pictures, and I saw there's a hiking spot nearby. But you could drive there. It's more for, like, off-roaders and off-road. There's a lot of off-road bicycling. So you go and it's a camping spot for them. But I was like, you know what?
I mean,
I'm still driving. So I just took it slow and just went around on this dirt road in my little rent-a-car, this little Kia. It's tiny little borderline smart car. And I'm just humming around just on the gravel, and it was gorgeous. Like, just to soak it in, the air was fresh. It was pure. So I'm looking for jobs. Like, I'm not going to let the location scare me like it used to. Because it's like, nothing's permanent. You don't need to go somewhere and be married to that place forever. Just go and experience it. Why not? Why not? Nothing told me, hey, I'm a free man. Huh? I'm out and about. So anyways, and then I go to LA. I go to Left Coast Brewery with my big. Mm-hmm. We ordered this food, right? The hipster central over there. By God, it's hard to breathe with the smugness and the pretentiousness with all my outward judgments. But anyways, we got the skillet, and they put French fries stacked up with gravy over it, sour cream, and pulled pork, bacon, chives. It was so sloppy. Oh, and nacho cheese, of course. They might have been nachos. I'm not sure what. It was just fucking delicious. Okay. Got so fat. I loved it. That's the thing. On vacations, I turn into a straight up alcoholic, and I eat everything that I see.
You're on vacation.
You gotta go hard. Disneyland pulls, bruh. Disneyland pulls. I need to go back to Disneyland. I need to
walk, fly, or drive. You get there somehow.
The magic will always take you. You know, the one thing Disney's taught me over the years, magic costs money. They will charge you. Magic ain't free. Magic don't come free.
No.
Those smiles don't come free. You gotta pay for it. $15 per churro, bitch.
Oh my God.
But we bend over and take it. Give me Cinderella 45. We're still gonna pay money. They're gonna be remakes of the live action remakes. Money grabs going on. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Movies like, say, a trilogy, say The Avengers split into 2 movies, make double the money. People are gonna watch it. For sure they'll watch it.
The Hangover trilogy. It's all the same storyline.
God, that is such a money grab. That's pathetic. They were like, okay, let's go back to Vegas.
But people still paid money to go see it.
Fuck yeah, they did, because Zach Galifianakis is all silly.
I know I did. I paid money to see
Oh, you asshole.
The first one, okay, because that's the first one.
First one, tremendous by itself.
That was the movie of the summer when we graduated high school.
Yep.
Everybody had to see it.
Yep.
If you didn't see that movie,
you're lame.
You're a fool. But then I didn't see the second one in theaters. I saw the third in theaters.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You enjoy it?
It was pretty good.
You forced laughs, didn't you?
I think I did at some point.
Needs to come naturally, baby.
It does.
Needs to come real naturally.
It feels a lot better when it's natural.
Always. You got it. Dude, we've been killing it.
You lose! Good day, sir!
Today.
Yes.
I wore these boots when I was in New Orleans. Let me tell you the story of how I got played by this bum.
Please.
It was second to last day we were there before we had to leave to go back home. With my group.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the kind of like the French Quarter. Was that Jackson Square?
Yeah.
Going to Cafe Du Monde.
Mm.
I'm walking. There's this bum sitting on this planter box, just this curb right here. And he's walking. He's like, hey, young man. I bet you that I can guess where your boots have been. And if I guess right, I get to clean them. Okay. I was thinking, it was like, okay, I have to tell him, like, where these boots have been.
Right.
So he goes, he's like, okay, you ready? You ready? I'm going to guess where your boots have been. He's like, okay, well, go ahead, guess. Your boots have been on the streets of New Orleans. It's like, oh, you son of a bitch, you got me.
And?
He cleaned my boots.
You don't let him clean your boots because he's going to charge you.
He charged me.
How much?
He said $22.20.
Are you shitting me?
$22.20. But he also said, I can make change. I was like, okay. Whatever. $20 or all I had was 20s. I whipped out
Nick.
I know.
Should have kicked him in the face and left.
I should have just kept saying, no, I'm gonna keep walking, whatever. Whipped out $40. Fucker pocketed it. Where's my change? And then I don't know. I think at that point I was just.
He did. Of course, he's not gonna give you. Did he say anything to you after that?
He was like, "Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you." And
you got, son. You got.
I got played. The New Orleans shoe hustle got me.
You learned from that experience now. Now you know. Just
now I know.
Don't
just
be as. It's. I want to believe in the best in people, but sometimes they just take advantage. You're a tourist.
Well,
he's like, what's this person gonna do? They prey on you. They know.
He definitely got the best of me. So before I left, he was like, hey, how about a tip or whatever? I gotta pay the light bill. I was like, whatever. Here, get the fuck out of here. Gave him $10.
You gave him 10 more bucks.
So for $50.
What the fuck, Nick? What are you doing?
I don't know. He
gave a bum $50.
Well, I mean, if he dies over a fucking heroin overdose, whatever, that's what he gets for playing me. Cause by that streetcar on the tracks right there I found 2 syringes, dude. And it's like, what the hell?
Oh, Nicholas.
Yes.
Or shame on you.
Shame on me.
I thought of the best way to wrap this puppy up. Give me a turkey call.
Give you a turkey call.
I want the turkeyest turkey call that you could possibly. One more.
Let me wet my whistle.
Wet the whistle. It's all dry. Shit. Drink the wax. I'll pour it on you. Sorry. All right.
Hot scalding wax down my esophagus.
Please. All right. One more turkey noise for posterity. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you coming today.
Thank you. This is pretty fun. I like
good.
This.
We're doing it again.
We're doing it again.
You lose. Good day, sir.